To the player ratings, Man United, the defense. What would you score the defense today? The back four, including De Gea.
Well, for some reason, I know who was someone. I started with the hair. That was brilliant. I give him a 7. He did his job right.
So the four in front of him, what would you give that defensive block?
I give them 6. No, I give them a week 7.
A week 7. You.
Man, if I'm just talking about De Gea, I give him a solid 8.5 because again he kept us in the game with some of his saves.
Right.
Really, really good saves. Back four defensively. Defensively, again, it's got to be about an 8. Going forward, though, we lost a lot of balls coming out of the back, so probably even it out right around a 7.5 for me.
Yeah.
Back four.
Defensively, pretty solid, clean sheet. Can't be mad about that. With all the attackers that they have some speedy guys up there. With Pulisic and
Werner
and Giroud. I thought Giroud was gonna.
Yeah, that diving header.
I thought he was gonna stay right next to Lindelof and wait for those crosses all day. But the defense did pretty well today. I'll give it 7.5 or even an 8.
Yeah, for me, the Gea gets a 9 and the defense gets an 8.
8 defense and 9 for De Gea.
De Gea played really well.
Okay, so I'm gonna be more realistic here.
Get out.
So okay.
Translation.
De Gea had a good game. He had some sloppy moments. He gave the ball away a couple times. Yes, but he did make a crucial save. Those are crucial save in the beginning of the second half.
Right.
That save kept us in the game.
Right.
So for that alone, I think De Gea should get, I'll say a 7.
Okay. The back
But
four.
defensive line, in my opinion, there was a couple times where some crosses came through the
Yes.
ranks,
Yes.
and those could have easily been goals.
Yes. Like
So let's not
Sevilla,
forget
ball
that.
in the
Like
floor.
Sevilla, those could have easily been goals.
Are you
So
talking about the
especially the cross that came into Giroud.
Yes.
If Giroud was just a little bit more forward, if
Yes.
he had touched that was a goal.
Yes.
So
There
we
was
can't
no one
forget
close to.
that.
I agree.
So because of that, I'm gonna.
Giroud sucks. So then,
Nah, Giroud doesn't suck. Giroud is a good player, in my opinion. So because of that, I'm gonna give our defensive line a 6.5. because
6.5.
we luckily take
You strict, bro. You strict. Right. Let's go to the midfield. We had McTominay, Fred, and Bruno. Mr. Chris, what would you grade that midfield today? What did they do?
I'll take Bruno and I'll take Fred. McTominay lost the ball a whole bunch of times. I was like, you know what? Can you bring him out for a minute? Because I mean, if it wasn't for Fred, I mean, Fred was covering all McTominay
Mistakes, cleaning up.
All of them. One Bissaka, and he made Lindelof look like a top class because he was there recovering all his balls.
Right.
So I'm not gonna talk about. You know what I'm gonna say? McTominay is dropping the average to 6.5. But I give them a 7.
7. Midfield.
a bit conflicted because in possession, Bruno, McTominay, and Fred all three had really, really good moments. But playing the one touch, keeping possession in the midfield, when they tried to go forward, this is when it was a problem.
Yes.
McTominay gave a lot of balls away going forward directly to the feet of Chelsea players. Bruno, they shut him down.
Quick
Those
all
balls
day.
That he likes to give, it forces him to play over the top when he didn't even have that space, so he's losing balls over the top. And then Fred, again, defensively worked wonders. Yeah, going forward, it was rough, but keeping the ball into the midfield, they actually played well. So I give them a low 7.
A low
6.5
7.
maybe.
You got week 7, low 7.
Yeah.
The midfield trio.
Midfield trio, they'll probably get a 6, maybe 6.5 for me.
Fair.
In order for us to win these games, we got to score. In order for you to score, you got to create chances.
Creativity was
That's
poor.
what your midfield is for. McTominay had a stinker today. Bruno was definitely double teamed.
Did Bruno have a shot on target today?
Suffocated.
He didn't shoot?
Which is,
He had a couple off target, I
clearly
think, but I don't think he had anything on target.
Yeah, and clearly the memo's out. You shut down
Bruno.
and we've got nothing, and McTominay definitely did not help with Fred. So I'm just gonna give him a 6.5. I didn't see much going on, and that's being generous to me.
Midfield trio.
Yeah, same thing for me. I'll give them a 7. And the only reason why I get a 7 is because of Fred's work rate. Outside of that, nothing too spectacular. Like they said, Bruno got shut down.
Yeah, they just shut the whole factory down there.
You think if Bruno gets shut down, there's open spots, open pieces.
Yeah, it's because they draw.
But you notice that no United player would either
There's no
work towards
Pogba
or work
to
for
pick up,
the
that's
ball
why.
when they were off of the ball. that makes sense. So like their movement off the ball was horrible for me. So that's it. For that, I get a 7.
Your midfield trio.
So midfield trio, I say average out 6.5. I think Fred is the reason why they're a 6.5. Because to me, Fred was a 7, and then McTominay was a 6, and then Bruno was a 6.5. So average out 6.5.
Right. Let's.
Fred again, as I've said before, if it wasn't for Fred in that midfield, I think we would have lost that game. Bruno was shut down, obviously, but Bruno still found some little. It's just a few pocket spaces. He did try, but again, because of the way we played, you could tell Bruno wasn't going to have a really
Good game today.
just because the way we played, the way we set up. But yeah, I think the midfield trio 6.5 average.
Let's hit the attack. Mason, James, and Rashford.
Mason, James, and Rashford. Probably give the attack. I'll give them a good solid 7, maybe 7.5, because they did keep them.
Chelsea on their toes.
Yeah, they definitely did keep Chelsea on their toes, especially with the press. Defensively, they
Yeah,
did
there was that spell, that 10-minute spell where Chelsea were being pushed to the back.
Second half.
Yes.
40, 50 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, but as far as like being able to convert something into a goal, we didn't
Yeah.
take our chances, and you know, there was still some misplaced passes, so about a 7.
Yeah, I agree. I have to give him a 7 because you saw James worked really hard. Again, his pace is his thing. So going up and down the field was working for him today. Rashford, you saw him as well track back.
They closed him out very quick today. He wasn't.
And worked really hard defensively for us. It was not for me that they weren't creating chances. It was the service that they were getting. Too many times when we were trying to play balls forward out of the midfield, and this is why I think
Breaks
the midfield
down.
got such a low rating, is because they gave balls right to Chelsea's feet when we're trying to play forward. We were trying to play on the break. You saw that last ditch effort,
McTominay.
puts it straight to the feet of a Chelsea player when he's got Rashford open in the midfield and Dan James coming up the other side open as well. So I don't put the lack of goals on the top 3 completely. I definitely think the midfield didn't help them out at all. So
The attacking of them 3, I think James was alright, and I saw something I've never seen of James. James could lose the ball on this side, and he followed the balls on the other side. He was everywhere. He did his job right. I've never seen James do that, and he wasn't getting tired. Come to Greenwood. Greenwood was alright. He had a shot on target, 2 of them, I guess. Was alright. Today, Rashford played a good game today. For some reason, Rashford was thinking about other players more than him today.
Yeah, he goes passing.
He always seems like making a stupid decision all the time with the ball. In a situation where he's supposed to shoot, he don't shoot. He passed the ball. In a situation where he's supposed to pass the ball, he does the opposite. But today he was doing all the stuff right. In a situation where he's supposed to pass the ball, he was looking for Mason on the other side or James on the other
Yes.
side. He did it right. He had a shot on target on the free kick. That was well taken.
it was good.
We just assume like he didn't have a shot on target. He did good. And then again, because Bruno was well marked, like I always say, once you know Rashford is running, give him the ball. He gonna get it. But today was a chance he could have got the ball and score, but he didn't get a chance. Nobody feed him the ball forward
Yeah,
to go
the
and
service
score.
wasn't there. The service
But so I give the whole striking force a good 7.
Front 3.
Okay, the front 3. I'm gonna give the front 3 a 6 today. It's not their fault. They just didn't get service. They just didn't get service. I think Daniel James was a threat on that right side. Time after time again, he continued to be a threat. He was all over the field. He came back to defend. Even though James doesn't offer you technical ability, he's not going to offer you like anything other than speed. He did his job today. That's what I'll say. Rashford, on the other hand, Rashford was okay. He had a fair game. And in Greenwood, you can understand that at some point, Ole would take Greenwood off because he wanted someone that would go in there and the ball would just stick to their feet, which would be Martial. Martial didn't have enough time in the game.
Yeah, too late. The sub was way too late.
Really too late. So I think the attack gets an average 6. I think if we had a little bit better delivery to them, especially the one, it was 2 attempts, one from Shaw from the left wing. I think it was Bruno and James running in the box. that pass was on, one of them is going to be on it, James or Bruno. And then the other one from McTominay towards the end of the game. That pass from McTominay was poor. That ball
Yeah.
should have gone to Rashford.
Yes.
If he plays that ball well, it's on Rashford, and Rashford should score. So again, that's why I said service wasn't really there for them, so I just give them half a 6.
Same here. For me, it was a case of them having not enough opportunities, and then not when they did get the opportunities, they didn't execute as well as they could have. But I think that just comes with getting fed more, just like everybody's been saying. So for me, it's going to be a 6.
A 6. Right. The whole team performance today, all of them, with all what would you give the whole team today going to Anfield, going to the bridge?
So I give them a 6.5.
6.5.
And also, before I forget, there was a penalty that wasn't called by the referee.
It really was.
Do you guys think it was a penalty?
They have
It really was.
I mean, these ain't no championship or whatever. This is a game. I mean, we need this game. I mean, once the moment you I mean, I hate VAR straight out fast.
The inconsistency, right?
Inconsistent. We saw yesterday. Again, it's was it Brighton? Some of the scores the referee goes maybe like nah.
Brighton and West Brom, right? I think.
Another thing, I mean, they either take it out or they keep it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they ain't doing the right job, their job right. I mean, that was a clear penalty. We didn't get it, and also, man, every Chelsea player even touch like this, that was a whistle. I
Yeah.
mean, that was bad officiating. I'm not gonna say we end a draw because of bad officiating. But I mean, going forward, I mean, the game has to be officiated right. I know it cannot be hard, but we're gonna win some of these games with bad officiating.
Yeah, I definitely give the VAR a 0 today because when it's used too inconsistent, and then the decisions end up being extremely inconsistent. So yeah, that was terrible for us.
The whole team.
The whole team, I'd give them about a 6.8. I want to give them a 7, but I really can't. But I can't give them a 6.5, so I'm meeting in the middle with a 6.8. Good moments, should have won. Really should have won.
Whole team about 6.5. I'm giving it a little bit maybe.
Are you disappointed?
I'm very
Very.
disappointed. Because I mean,
Chelsea were there for the taking, kind of.
if I was a Chelsea fan, honestly, I would have given them a 5 or a 4 because with their lineup and their bench, they should have done more against us.
That's
so
true.
In a way, you kind of have to give us a little bit of credit.
I gotta give that up to Ole.
It is not. That was not a penalty, bro. Like, come on.
Not a
man.
penalty?
That was not a
penalty? The
penalty. That
handball?
was not a penalty, man. The rule
Agreed to
is
disagree.
if you handle the ball in the box. If you look at the replay, it's clear that Greenwood, as Greenwood was running, his hand hit the defender's hand, and then that's when his hand hit the ball. It's these micromanaging of the box, just completely just ignoring the idea that we are humans and we run with our hands like this. It's not good for football. He didn't mean to. Shouldn't there be intent?
I will say this.
Shouldn't there be any kind of intent?
I 100% agree with your assessment, with your interpretation, but the
If
VAR
you go-
is so inconsistent
But if you
that
go another
that,
team,
that,
if
that
you go
penalty
another team,
that
it's
penalty
a
is
penalty.
given so many times,
that's-
and to have it go against us when we've seen so many examples of that kind of play resulting in a penalty, that's where the frustration comes.
Then let's fix VAR. Let's not
Nah,
have
fuck it,
VAR
we should get it out of
perpetuate
here.
a bad call.
We should get it
Let's
out of here.
fix VAR. That
Yeah.
could be the fix.
Yeah,
but
you're
let's
right,
let's
you're right.
let's make better calls using the tools that we have.
Right.
Team as a whole, I'll just say a 7. Nothing too spectacular. but
Are you
nothing too-
disappointed?
Yeah, I mean, this feels like a loss to me.
Yeah.
I felt like as the game went on, we were getting better and better. I could
Yeah.
see blood in the water, but we didn't execute.
It was a great game to
You need
watch.
that. You need that.
To
I mean,
watch,
that,
it was.
that
we
one
were
shot
all
by
on our
McTominay
edge.
was the only real. threat.
Yeah, when Mendy.
And Mendy went down and blocked it. If Mendy wasn't thinking to do that, that's a goal all day long. But he saved it.
Okay, the whole
Over team, the whole team.
OT performance, I'll say 6.5. I would say, in my opinion, yes, we could have nicked that game. We should have took our chances better. But I would say, in my opinion, we couldn't have taken a loss today. The loss was not acceptable. I would have taken a draw today just because if you look at the table, Chelsea's next few games, they play Liverpool, they play Everton, I forgot the other team they play. So and I knew there's no way we're gonna get like 9 points from 9 games. So we played Crystal Palace and then City. So one of these games was going to be at least a draw. I'll happily take a draw against Chelsea today, just because of the way the fixtures line up and the fact that we need to maintain that distance. That same I think it's 6 points. I think we're 6 points ahead of Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't afford for them to beat us and then become within 3 points. So all we needed to do was just maintain that same distance, and then we just let the other games fixtures take
Right.
themselves.
Maintain or increase.
Yeah, exactly. Maintain or increase.
So with Ole today, what are you giving Ole for everything he did today? Substitution, tactics, and selection of the team, the lineup. Just give him. Yeah, go on.
It's a 6.
6 for Ole.
I agree with that. 6, 6.5. I agree with that.
6.
I have to go a little bit higher because I feel like he got the subs wrong, but
He always gets the subs wrong.
No, that's the thing. I think he got the subs wrong, but I think he got everything else right. I thought the team selection, again, it's not the team selection I would have gone with, but I feel like it
Remember,
worked.
there's some injuries.
It worked.
The team selection did work.
The team selection worked. I thought the tactics playing the high press worked. Chelsea
Yeah.
were not ready for the press. I felt like the
Exactly,
tactics
yeah.
were brilliant. The team selection worked. The only thing is those subs come too late, so
Yeah.
then that drops the score. So I guess I'll give him a 7, but I really want to give him a higher score.
Check this out. Whenever Ole selects a team, and you see him be like, man, this is a bad lineup. We never know why Ole is doing like that. But then today he also be like, we didn't like the lineup. But then the lineup showed up.
Yeah.
All I know is the reason why he's doing that. For today, everybody was like, nah, this is not a good lineup. We're gonna get Bams. You are gonna lose, right?
I mean,
I
I was thinking, oh, he's playing for the draw.
got
Well,
receipts.
for me, I thought it was going to be a
we
I
got
draw.
said,
we got the
either a draw or a loss. You can check my receipts right there. I said either a draw or a loss. I knew I wasn't going to win the game.
So
You can check my receipts.
So this is my point. I predict we came
through.
All I gave a team there that we didn't think was gonna win,
Yeah.
but they actually outdid themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this is Ole. Ole, he tried. I give him a 7 for team performance. He tried. And forget about the subs. But having like we're playing Chelsea, who he forced Chelsea to make 3 substitutions because James was pushing and had to bring Reece James and had to have Pulisic and Tim Werner because if they didn't do that, we could have won that game. But look, they did 3 subs before he did 1. Why did they do that? Because we were pushing them. First of all, they brought Reece James, a defender. They took out a striker to bring a defender. What I tell you, we were pushing them too much.
We really were.
So I give all that 7 because of what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Last question. Our next game is away to Palace on Wednesday. Prediction. Start with you, Joseph.
That should be, if what's his name is not back.
Zaha.
Zaha's not back. It should be an easy 3-1. And I say 1 because Lindelof and Maguire are gonna start.
I want to believe that it'll be a comfortable win. I think it's probably going to be a lot closer.
It'll be tight.
But I think it should be a win for us. So maybe a 1-0 or maybe a 2-1 for us. Yeah.
I'm thinking a 3-0. And guess what? My boy Bayi gonna start. Watch.
Please.
Man United
please.
Palace Wednesday.
I predict 2-1. I predict we're going to win. And I agree that Bayern's going to start.
4-0.
Oh,
Let's
hey,
take it to 'em.
I'll take
Let's
it.
to 'em.
I'll take
Get the
it.
ball in the net.
Maguire
Let's
with a
go.
hat trick.
Let's go.
All right. Glory, glory.
Man United.